This video is brought to you by Extra. Go to metkevin.com/extra. Hey everyone, me Kevin here. So it looks like that Omicron might end up being a complete nothing burger. Get this, folks, we now have reports coming in from various different doctors across the world that so far the symptoms that they're seeing, especially in vaccinated folks, but even in unvaccinated folks, tied to Omicron are, quote, extreme tiredness. That initial reports were amongst, in some cases, university students who are less likely to have severe illness anyway. But so far, the World Health Organization is now describing Omicron as mild so far. They do say it's going to take weeks for us to actually determine the outcome, but in terms of reports from individual doctors treating patients coming in with Omicron, so far, nobody's sounding the alarm that Omicron is, oh my gosh, much more deadly than even Delta, or potentially even more symptom-inducing than Delta. Now, some actually say that, you know, the spike proteins, how everybody's always freaking out about mutations in the spike protein, and that the more mutations we get, oh no, the vaccines will be less effective, and the antibody cocktails that we've got, oh, they're going to be less effective. Right, but when you get a lot of mutations in the spike protein, you could also end up with a destabilized virus, one that's not as strong or robust as the original version. So not all mutations are bad mutations. A lot of mutations lead to the death and extinction of viruses. And so far, at least from initial reports, it looks like Omicron might end up being a nothing burger, which would be really, 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 really good. South Africa's government is freaking out, asking people to stop discriminate, or other governments to stop discriminating against them. Please stop doing these lockdowns. They hurt their economy and they hurt other economies. But anyway, folks, the stock market, at least in futures, and the crypto markets are very, very happy about this. Let's do a little bit of analysis and see what's going on with futures. What do we expect? Where are trading opportunities going to exist tomorrow? And then what kind of trades have I taken advantage of on crypto? All right, folks, let's take a look at this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to investing.com, hashtag not sponsored. And we're going to look at the futures here. Take a look at this, folks. Dow Jones Industrial up 0.62%. Let's go. S&P 500 up almost a full percent at 0.89%. At the time of this recording. I purposely didn't record this until 90 minutes after futures opened, because sometimes right when they open, they can be a little volatile. So I've purposefully let these sort of bake in, and honestly, they've been just trending up and up and up and up. So you've got the S&P 500 almost up 1%. Technology, so the NASDAQ up 1.2%. Russell 2000 up 0.73%. And folks, let's go. The VIX down 9.3%. Which is really, really convenient, because if you end up pulling, let's see, SVYX, if you ended up pulling off, hold on, where is it? I can never remember the order of this symbol here, but if you ended up wanting to trade volatility, or if you missed out this time, that's okay. There's always an opportunity to trade it. What I like doing is buying, oh, sorry, I gotta put the sponsorship right here, sorry. What I like doing is buying the SVXY when it plummets. The SVXY plummets like this when you get a volatility spike. So it does the opposite of the VIX. So the VIX went sky high on Friday because everybody was freaking out. The VIX oftentimes considered the fear index. So I bought this on the dip, the SVXY. I bought this because look at this. It consistently, it crashes down for like a day or 2 days and then rubber bands right back up to this declining volatility era that we're in. And this is really, really great. Now, if you run into like a March of 2020, you're screwed. But this is a good rebound play. I put over $500,000 into this play, and so I expect it to be nice and juicy, profitable tomorrow morning. We'll see how it is. We'll see how volatility actually is when we open up. Sometimes futures can be a little different from how the market actually ends up opening up. But right now, it looks like the VIX is going to be down 9.3%, which means I should be up at least 9.3%. But we'll see how much of a rebound we get. If we go from 55 to 63 or something like that, that might be a little bit over 10%. So that's going to be a good play. I really like that one. Remember, I always send alerts for every single trade I make in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group, link down below. And right now, that does include crypto. It might not forever, but right now it does include crypto. And one of the things that I did here with crypto, there were a lot of people that were pissed off at me for this. But you know what? When I see trading patterns, I take advantage of them. Because for me, look, 85% of my portfolio is long. Everybody who actually watches my channel knows this. 85% of me is long and bullish. But there's 15% of my portfolio that I trade. And crypto's part of the portfolio that I trade. So I sold my Bitcoin at 57,000, about 500, which is kind of right where we are now. But I started rebuying almost $700,000 worth down here in between 54,700, 54,400, and the lowest price I got was 53,700, about 50. And so now it's right back up. This is not a surprise, folks. This is just basic TA. It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. It's very, very basic. Now, I am, I've got a whole bunch of other trades planned for crypto. I'm also very much paying attention to the alts. The alts also trying to rebound here. Cardano. We've got Solana. So I do expect, let's go SOL USD. I do expect more crypto price alerts here. But I also sent an alert out going, hey, Bitcoin just broke 54,000. If it stays below this, it's either going to keep going down or this is the dip opportunity. And I said, I'm buying. I did a nibble on it, but I love taking advantage of crypto on the TA. And in my opinion, that's because most people trading crypto are using relatively simple, basic TA. And if you get the psychology of money, then you're good. So, but this is really good news. I think as we see fear escaping the market right now, we're kind of going back to this classic original bullishness where it's just, you can't keep this market down. The market keeps getting propped up, where the Federal Reserve is still at the moment printing over $100 billion per month, funneling that into our economy. People feel wealthier than ever. And even though there are trades that we make, it makes sense to be long on this market. Like, take a look at this. I want to show you this. This is what I recommend you do. Pull up the SPY, and you want to know when to buy the SPY. In my opinion, it's pretty easy. Draw yourself a basic trend line. Okay, again, not rocket science. I'm not into like the crazy TA, and I'm not trying to diss on any professional traders. You know what? If anything, I respect them, and I know that I am not a professional, like highly professional, seasoned day trader. I know that, and I respect that. But I know enough TA to catch up with 95% of people. And you know what? My investing psychology is that's actually where you want to be. You want to be using the TA that 95% of other people are using and then front run them, okay? But anyway, you draw, it's not hard, folks. Draw a simple trend line on the SPY. And look, you want to know when to buy the dip. Buy it when it's diverting from that trend line. So when you were red over here in June, or look at our fat end of September dip, folks, I plowed over $6 million into the market during this fat dip right here. So juicy. Look at this. You know, we're going to have a rebound day tomorrow, but you're going to have another. This is going to be a nice little Friday dip, looking back in hindsight. It's not much off. It's not a huge discount. Sure, is it just easier to sit there and DCA? Sure, DCA with 85% of your portfolio. But you want to have some fun. You want to make some trades. Play the basic TA and have some fun. You could do it on crypto, you could do it on stocks, and go for it. Now, another thing that you might consider doing is follow me on Twitter, because I want to see how many of you agree with me on this. And I'm going to be asking you to let me know down in the comments what you think about this one, okay? So I just tweeted, there are a lot of ABT investors out there, anything but Tesla. Seems to me that ABTers are just butthurt they missed out and refuse to realize Tesla is just getting started. Hey, Elon Musk, can we get a Cyber Monday dip going so I can buy more Tesla? And this is true, I believe that. If we could get a nice dip on Tesla, I'm going to go shopping for Tesla again. But here's the thing. I think a lot of people are very potentially overly excited about Rivian, Lucid, GGPI, whatever. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bearish on these. I'm just saying, I think some folks are a little overly optimistic about some of these others, because if Tesla did well, the belief is, well, that they should have to do well, and maybe we're at an earlier place on the curve. I don't know if I would go as far as making that argument. So I would just be careful. Don't be an ABTer. When you see a dip, buy. Buy the frickin' dip. I'm also glad I closed my shorts on Friday because it looks like we're gonna have a green day tomorrow. I'll have to dye my hair back green. Anyway, folks, fitness challenge is still going on. You can follow along with that. Just watch the fitness playlist on the channel. It's been pretty exhausting, but I'm trying. And really appreciate y'all for the support. Have a wonderful Sunday night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Goodbye.